We're on the air. We're on the air worldwide. This is Jeffrey Davis, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs. And I want to thank all our friends who keep joining our social networks on our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, our growing network of entrepreneurs worldwide. Thank you very much. And our next guest has been sitting on both sides of this table today. Now he's moving over from guest host to guest. Our reporter, Peter Myerson, from the law firm of Cohen, Rasnick, Myerson, and Plaut.
It is great to be here, Jeff, and it's been fun to be on both sides of the table.
Thank you, Peter.
That's a typical lawyer comment, be on both sides of the table.
Lawyers do know how to work both sides of the table.
That's true, and actually that sort of plays right into my topic today.
What's the topic?
So the topic, I've been talking over the past few months about the fiduciary duties of shareholders in a closely held company. And I'm on the Mass Bar Association Business Law Committee, and we had a group of students from New England School of Law come up and sit with us, and I ended up giving a presentation on something which I think people don't really think about a lot, which is the fiduciary duties of clients, of lawyers to their clients in closely held companies. And it was really a fun thing to do. It was fun to talk to all these young students, and they kind of gave me some interesting feedback. But I think it's a worthwhile topic.
Well, let's do it.
I actually subtitled the topic, what you can do to protect yourself from your clients and the world.
You just happen to have 35, 40 pages here on this topic.
Of course. Well, as long as I did a PowerPoint for these kids, I figured I'd at least have those notes to make reference to. So, we as lawyers, we are always told that you need to zealously represent the interests of your clients, and I bet you've heard that expression a million times.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure everybody understands what that really means.
I'm not sure that lawyers understand what that really means.
Right.
Because it definitely doesn't mean doing things that are wrong. But, the question really is, when you start looking at the rules of professional conduct in Massachusetts constantly, the word clients comes up all the time. You need to do this and you need to do that. And yet they never really define who a client is. And so it was really interesting talking to these kids. I gave them an example of a new client that I started representing, and it's I get a guy who comes in, and he's an engineer, and he comes out of a big engineering firm, and he comes in through a referral, and he says, "I need you to represent me because I just got fired. So I want you to take a look at my severance agreement." So I look at it, and believe me, this guy was a shareholder in the firm.
Sounds like a case for your partner, Bob Cohen.
Well, no, he had to sell at a mandatory retirement
Bob
age.
Cohen's a litigator. You're not.
Yes. I used to be a litigator, but Bob does this
In a bad life.
litigation in a prior life. It's always fun to be here, Jeff. And maybe, Bob has handled cases like this.
Right.
And they're really interesting
expert
cases.
witnessed
And
on a
you've been
case
an
like
expert
this.
case. And the next time I come on, maybe I will tell you the business person's or the business lawyer's view of that Selmar case that you testified.